Hello, my name is Dr. Paul Zachlin. I'll be your instructor here at Lakeland Community College for Math 1550 Statistics. We'll be working hard the next 5 weeks to help you become more literate in the ideas of statistics, the language involved, working with technology, and hopefully using mathematics for real life. I mean, that's the whole point of statistics, is how we use data to learn things about our world, and I think for many of you it may be relevant for work and other things like that. So I hope you enjoy the course. I hope you're ready to work hard. I'm ready to help. This video is just a quick introduction to how you work your way around our Blackboard course, and so I'm going to try and share some of this stuff with you now. So when I first log into Blackboard, it takes me to Announcements. And right below that I have, well, let's go to the very top. There's a Where to Find Things button, and this can kind of help you get around. Instructor contact info is here, so you have my work phone, but honestly the best way to reach me in the summer is email. Let's click on Syllabus and Schedule, and if you click on this first link, you'll get a copy of this document. And so I'll open that up and start to talk you through some of this. Here's our syllabus for Math 1550. The textbooks that we are using, so we're going to use MyLab Statistics for the book Elementary Statistics 14th edition. This is an e-textbook by Pearson, and this MyLab includes something called StatCrunch, which is going to help us with all of our calculations. I will also make use of a second book because it's free, and why not? And the link to that is right here. I've used both of these books in the past, and I think you'll find they're excellent. I think before I go any farther, I'd like to show you how to register for this Mario Triolo book, the MyLab Statistics. So I'm going to go to our Blackboard page, and I'm going to click on Web Links, which is right below Quizzes, and show you how to register for our textbook. And so there are a couple of links here now, and I'll be adding more as the course goes on. But the first one is this MyLab Statistics. The first time you log in, you will need the course ID, and that's written here, that's also on the syllabus. But that is what you'll need to register with MyMathLab for the course. If you have registered before, you can sign in here. If not, you can click on Student, and you say, okay, I'm ready to register. It says you need your instructor's course ID. Well, again, that is this Zachlin 03912. So you can copy this, paste that in here, and now you're ready to move towards my Open Math page. It asks me to sign in. Let me go ahead and do that. Again, you may have to create an account. But you'll notice it costs $80 for 18 weeks of access, and of course all you need is 5. You can also get temporary access for 2 weeks by clicking on this little link right below the $79.99. And so if you're not ready to pay immediately, you can, in a sense, try it before you buy it. But then you'll have to pay the $80 to work for the final 3 weeks of the course. So I want to go back to the syllabus now and continue. Grading scale is listed here. You'll notice that half of the grade is homework. I mean, there's just a lot of work to do in 5 weeks. We're going to have weekly quizzes, weekly check-ins, and a final project. So, of course, the most important part of the course is homework, and maybe I'll show you kind of how to do that next. So if we go back to Blackboard and click on Syllabus and Schedule, we haven't looked at the schedule yet. I'd like to punch that up for you. So I'll download the PDF file. And this shows the plan for our 5 weeks. You can see our course begins. Your very first homework assignment due Thursday evening is just an initial survey. I just want to ask you a couple of questions and make sure that I know what your background is before we start. And then you're to begin with Chapter 2, and that homework will actually be due Thursday evening, with the idea then Friday morning you begin chapter 3. I'm thinking of this as a Monday, Wednesday, Friday course. And so your homework will be due on Thursday nights, and then the next homework will be due on Sunday night, again to get ready for Monday, and that'll be due on Tuesday night. So you'll have until midnight of the due date to finish your homework. You'll notice that over the 4th of July weekend, we have the college is closed, and so we're going to take a little break. No new sections on July 5th. The weekly check-ins are usually due on Sundays, but that one will be due on Tuesday instead. I'll give you extra days on that. Quizzes are always Wednesdays at noon, and homework is due 3 times a week. So I think this schedule helps you kind of see where we're going. After the 5th week, we have our 5th weekly check-in, and then a final project will be due at noon on Wednesday, July 28th. So that's the entire course in 5 weeks in a nutshell, I guess, which you can see here on the course schedule. So again, I guess going back to the course schedule, let's look at what we're starting with. I mentioned Chapter 2, and there are 3 sections in Chapter 2. We have to do homework from each of those on MyMathLab. So what I would suggest, you can click on the Assignments tab right below Syllabus and Schedule. I mentioned homework number 0 is here. I mentioned that each week there's a weekly check-in. And then notice that I have a link here for Pearson Homework Chapters 1 to 3. And it's funny because you won't use this link to do the Pearson homework. You're going to have to go to the Pearson website to your online textbook to do the homework. But what I will put here are links to videos. And these are YouTube videos that I've created over the years. This is a day 1 intro that gives you ideas about Chapter 2. So you may want to watch this video. Let me go ahead and click it before trying the homework. You'll notice it's 25 minutes long. It's just some work I did in class to introduce statistics. And so I'm hoping that'll be useful to you as you begin Chapter 2. Don't be afraid to change the settings, change the speed. Playback speed is normal right now, but go ahead and make me talk twice as fast if you need to. Don't be afraid to fast forward and just look at my notes, let's say. Don't be afraid to rewind. These are all things that can help you. Great part about being in an online course is you can use the videos the way that you need them. Okay? So I will, as we work through the course, be listing what videos I have available for you that I think would help the most with the particular chapters. So again, if we go back to that course schedule, again, it moves quickly. Chapter 2 the first day, Chapter 3 on Friday, Chapter 1 next Monday, and we're being quizzed on it Wednesday the 30th. Well, I've given you some videos for Chapter 2, for the various sections of Chapter 3, and for Chapter 1. This is a long 1-hour video. And then I have a little review also. So I will do that for all of your Pearson homework when you do Chapters 4 and 5. I have more videos I'll post. Chapter 6 and 7, I will post more videos, etc., all the way through the rest of the course. Okay? Now your quizzes, you'll notice those aren't under assignments. They're listed on their own link, quizzes. And you'll notice that I already have quiz 1 on Chapters 1 to 3. Maybe I'll click it just for the fun of it. It's a 30-minute long quiz, although if you go over it, it doesn't kick you off immediately. You can have a little more time if needed. This test allows multiple attempts. I'm going to give you 2 attempts on each quiz. So yeah, and it's due at noon on Wednesday the 30th. Quizzes are always due at noon. So this is where you go to get to those. But again, do that after you've done the homework. The homework's the most important part, of course. Now, web links, this is where you go to actually go to Pearson. I think I showed you this already, but I'm going to click on MyLab Statistics, and I'm going to go ahead and try and start a homework assignment with you. So I'm going to sign in to my Pearson course. It takes me to my login page. And then some of you may have more than one course. I have a bunch from teaching, but you may have taken other courses with Pearson before. So I'm going to click on our course, Math 1550. and it takes me to the course home screen. I'm going to click on assignments so I can show you exactly what you're going to see. And so you'll notice that the first 3 assignments from chapter 2 are all due June 24th, midnight, so that's this Friday. And then the chapter 3 homework assignments are all due Monday the 27th. And so maybe I'll show you a little bit of how to work on one of those next. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the first chapter 3 assignment, Measures of Center. And there are 5 questions. A lot of the assignments have 10 questions. This one only has 5. But let's go ahead and get started. And of course, you would have already probably watched the video on this. But let's see what it says. A defunct website listed the average annual income as $35,031. What is the role of the term average in statistics? Should another term be used in place of average? Well, it says the term average, it's a multiple choice. Is it used to represent the mean or the median, or no? In fact, is it not used? The term mean should be used for the result obtained by adding all the sample values and dividing by the total. Yes, that's called the mean. There's another measure of center called the median, but this one is the mean. And so it says, hooray, you're right. Let's go to question 2. I'm not even going to read. Let's suppose I just don't know. I'll just guess D and check my answer. And it says that's incorrect. Carefully review the properties of means. Okay, well, that's not the way to do this. But suppose I really don't understand the question. Well, you notice that if I click on question help, there's all kinds of things. There's a video that directly relates by the question. Some of them are even by the author, Triola himself. There's an animation. I can go directly to the textbook. I can go to StatCrunch, which is a giant calculator in a sense. So all of these things are really useful. You'll notice it says final check. So I have one more try on this particular one. I'm going to move on though. You will not receive any credit. Are you sure you want to go on without checking? Yeah, I want to go to question 3. This third question of 5 that I assigned, 3.1.11t. The T indicates that there's a chance to use technology to do this problem. It asks me to find the mean, the median, the mode, and the mid-range for the data, and then answer the given questions. And so you'll notice that there is some data here. It turns out these are selling prices of TVs 60 inches or larger in some magazine. And what this little icon here says is that you can copy the table and you can, well, open it in StatCrunch. You can open it in Microsoft Excel if you happen to have that on your computer. But all of you will have StatCrunch. I'm going to encourage you to use it. It's a statistics software that is run online that goes with the book. And we will be learning about how to do various things here, okay? Applets, data, statistics. So I'm going to go ahead and do the summary stats of the columns. It says which column. I'm going to go ahead and do variable 1. It says which statistics do you want? Well, it's going to give me a bunch of them. And I'm going to go ahead and say compute. Oh, you must select one value for the column. So I'm going to click on that so that it appears here in the right. And now I'll compute. And so what it does is it gives me a bunch of statistics. So it tells me the mean is 141. Oh, I'm sorry, 1,541 and 2/3. I'm going to go ahead and copy that and paste it in here. That's incorrect. Okay, why is that? Oh, because it said type an integer or a decimal rounded to 1 decimal place. So if I were going to round this, you know my rules for rounding, it would be 0.67. So say that has to round up to a 7 because there was a number after it that was higher than 5 or higher. It was a 6. And so I think this will fix things. Nice work. Now it's going to ask me for the median. Well, remember that I ran my StatCrunch over here. And so the median is a measure of center, 1550. Now, how does it get that? What it actually does is it takes the data, and what I can do is I can sort the data. And so 1550 is kind of the middle value. If you chop off the 1 and the 12, the 2 and the 11, the 3 and the 10, and 4 and the 9 are gone, 5 and the 8 are gone. So that it's the 2 in the middle are 6 and 7 are both 1550. And so you take the mean of those two values if there's two left. If there's a single value left, that's the median. So it says the median is 1550. Okay, excellent. And I can continue. They also want the mode in the mid-range. You can read about those things, but I just wanted to give you an idea again of all the tools that are here to help you. There's a help me solve this button, and then you can do a similar example. View an example. Again, use this question help when you're stuck, and I think you'll find that you're going to learn an awful lot. So that's one of the really nice features of using the Pearson book. Okay. By the way, this StatCrunch, you'll notice that it's here and I can save things. So I just saved my particular session on StatCrunch in my account. Each of you will have an account for StatCrunch basically. And so you'll notice when we go back to Blackboard, let me go back to the web links. In addition to having a link to the book, I also have a link directly to StatCrunch in case you want to use it for something else. Maybe you will for your project. Maybe you'll use it for other things. I don't know. But again, it's free to people that are using our book, so I thought it'd be good for you to see. Okay. Let me go back to the syllabus and just see what else I need to talk about. We talked about grades. I showed you how to do homework. The weekly check-in. So at some point, once a week on Sunday nights, I'd like you to turn in some work via Blackboard. You will use a scanner or camera to take some pictures of some of your work. So you can take pictures of your computer screen, and I'd also like to see, let's go to point 3 here. To earn top marks, I expect to see two things. Evidence that you are working with formulas on paper. So I want to see some of these things written out, and evidence that you're working with technology. And that's where pictures of computer screens or calculators can help. So again, I think a lot of times people use their cell phone, they take a picture of their homework that they've been writing, and they take a picture of their screen when they're using things like StatCrunch. And you don't have to do everything, right? If you have questions, boy, that's a great thing to do on your say you don't know how to do certain problems. You can take pictures of those and get them to me by Sunday evening, and Monday is when I'll be giving you feedback, and maybe that'll give you some help before Wednesday's quiz, the quiz that's due Wednesday at noon. A lot of people take their quizzes Tuesday night also, but at least you'll have it a day in advance, whatever help I can give you. If you understand all the problems, then just submit a couple problems and explain why they interest you. And again, try to show evidence of working on paper and evidence of working with technology. But let me show you how to submit that. So let's see. We were just going over web links. So below, no, it's under assignments. So remember that the weekly check-in is an assignment. And so if I click on weekly check-in 1, and let's suppose I've taken some pictures, I assume you know how to put those on a computer. And so I'll click browse local files. Maybe I browse a cloud service if they're up in the cloud already. And, I'll look for them. Where? Under pictures maybe? And if this were my homework, then I could, this little chess piece, I could submit that. And so then that would be submitted, and I'd be able to grade it for you then and give you feedback and also give you some help. By the way, under Tools and Resources, there's a calendar. There's also My Grades. So this is a good place to look for how things are going. And what you'll see right now, I don't have any grades here, but if the Pearson homework for chapters 1 to 3 were graded, it would show up over here out of 80 points. Well, basically what I'll do is when you finish all the homework, then I'll copy the grades from Pearson to here, so that the first few assignments add up to 80 points. But here, weekly check-in, it's worth 20 points. Once I grade it, you'll see a grade here out of 20. And you might also see a little tiny bubble here, and you can click on that bubble and you can view my comments. So that's the main way that I give people feedback on those weekly check-ins. Okay? So those are assignments. Let's see what else is on the syllabus. I know I also talk about quizzes, but I talked about those already. Final project I'll talk more about in May. We're going to use the alternative book for that. It has a lot of great projects. So, yes, extra help. The last page of our syllabus talks about all the services that we have here at Lakeland. If you're having trouble with remote learning, Angela can help you. Here's her phone number. Here's a link to her. There's also free tutoring information at that link, and this is a step-by-step instructions of how to schedule it. Monday through Thursday we offer free tutoring, and I really hope you guys will take advantage of that. So thank you for watching this video. I look forward to working with you for the next 5 weeks. Please don't hesitate to email me if I can help you in any way. Bye for now.